Happy Friday, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Matthew Moy, Vincent Arroyo Family Winery winemaker. And we've been doing these virtual tastings of wines from our library the past few weeks. And today I thought we'd visit Spain and Italy. You see the little flags there. We make two varietals here from those countries. We have our Sangiovese, which is Italian based, and we have our Tempranillo, which is Spanish based. So everyone here is doing well. Thank you for your calls, your emails, your visitation. The tasting room is open. We are by appointment, as we always have been, and we can now take reservations online on our website. So if you are thinking about visiting us, I hope you are this summer, get on our website, book up your tasting. We are limited to our tastings this summer due to the COVID virus. So if you do know you're coming, get your reservations in soon, because I think they will start to fill up, and unfortunately we can't see everyone. So if you're planning on a visit, get online or give us a call at the winery, get your reservation in for the summer. We are doing great. Everyone's back at work, and we're having a good time with our customers that are coming to visit us. So with that being said, let's get on with our tasting here, and let's start with our 2014 Sangiovese. You see there, the alcohol on this is 13.8. We produced about 24 barrels of this in the 14 vintage, so it was pretty big for us for the Sangiovese. Typically, we normally would see maybe 13, 14 barrels. So the 14 vintage produced more wine, which was a good thing. The Sangiovese grape is primarily the grape they use in Chianti in Italy. So if you had Chianti, it has that characteristic. We like to see it with our red sauces in terms of pairing with foods. Your pizza, pasta, eggplant parmesan. Ironically, this varietal at my household is we usually open one of these bottles up on Thanksgiving. I find it to do really well with turkey. So it's a light style red, so it's not a big red. And I think for those who are moving into the red range of wines, this is a good starter for them. It's light. The color you'll see when I pour in the glass is a light color. We don't use very much wood on this particular wine. We do age it in barrels, but typically those barrels are 5, 6 years old, so they don't see a lot of oak extraction in the wine. The Sangiovese comes from two different parts of our estate. We have some Sangiovese growing right behind me here at the winery across the creek. That's our oldest patch. They're probably about 20 years old, I believe. And then it puts out maybe 2 tons of grapes, so it's a very small patch here. Our larger Sangiovese vineyard is at the Lone Tree Ranch, which we talked about several weeks ago when we did our vineyard tours, and that's where we get primarily most of our Sangiovese. So let's do a little tasting here. See the nice color here? It's just light, easy. Oh wow! So this has a little bit of fruit, actually a lot of fruit left on this 14 vintage. You can imagine these grapes were picked 6 years ago. It's very spicy. I get a lot of spices on it. Like I said, I think this is why we like it with our red sauce wines. It goes really well with them. Sangiovese, there's not a lot of it here in the Napa Valley. I think we're one of the few producers of the Sangiovese. There was more of it years ago, but it has been replaced by Cabernet for the most part. But I think it's a great varietal. I think people who have a chance to taste it will love it. It's one of the first wines that sells out for us, so it's definitely a popular varietal. I think a lot of people would be upset if we dropped this from our lineup, so we keep it on there and keep producing the Sangiovese grape. So it's good. Okay, so that being said, let's go on to visit our Spanish friend here. This is our 2010 Tempranillo. Tempranillo means early in Spanish. It's one of the very first red grapes that we produce, or actually pick every year. It's grown on a Rattlesnake Ranch. which we visited on our virtual tours probably over at least a month ago. It is a bigger grape. It's the most planted grape in Spain, and when we decided to grow this varietal, we were growing a lot of European varietals from France and Italy, but nothing from Spain. And the Arroyo family is from Spain, so it made sense to produce a wine that comes from that area. So when we went to look at planting varietals, we looked at Grenache and Tempranillo. And Tempranillo likes the heat, which we have a lot of it here in Calistoga. And we looked at Grenache as well. Unfortunately, the rootstock that we use for our varietals is called St. George. It's a rootstock that is drought tolerant, and we use that because we dry farm here. And we looked at putting the Grenache grape to graft that onto the St. George grape, our rootstock. And the nursery that we were buying our budwood from said that Grenache is very vigorous. Well, unfortunately, St. George is very vigorous as well. So if you put the two together, you're going to get a lot of foliage and not a lot of fruit. So that kind of made the decision for us in terms of knocking the Grenache out. So we decided to put in the Tempranillo. We have about 3 acres over there at Rattlesnake. There's probably about 20 maybe acres in the Napa Valley. So it again is a varietal like Sangiovese. It's not fairly planted here. A lot of people don't know what this varietal is when they come to visit us. Same with Sangiovese, but this one more so. Tempranillo, they'll say Tempranillo, they'll think it's the name of a blend, but no, it's Tempranillo. It means early in Spanish, and it's a varietal that has grown a lot of fans here at Arroyo. So I think it's a great grape. It's a lot of fun to work with. We only have one block of it, so it's not something that I'm able to blend with anything else. So if you look at the labels that are coming out now, you'll see it has the Rattlesnake Acre apple or vineyard designate on the label. That's because, like I say, it's not blended with anything else. So we're going to try the 2010. So this is pretty old, 10 years old, I guess now, since we picked it. We would have bottled this in 2012. This has 13.3 alcohol. So again, the alcohols on both these wines are where we want them. They're definitely geared for food-friendly pairings. So this is the Tempranillo. We did 490 cases of this. So that would have been a pretty good year for Tempranillo as well. So I think right now we're down to roughly 250 cases. So our vineyard is not producing as much as it was then in 2010. This has softened up a lot. I remember this vintage being fairly tannic, and I think the aging in the bottle has really mellowed this wine out. It still has its fruit. It's still you can still taste the American oak that we use as a treatment for wood on this particular wine. It's doing really well. Both these wines are still available in our library sale. You can get these online or give us a call at the winery. They can ship them out to you. Like I said, the library is depleting, so if you are interested, give us a call. I think they're still updating it on our website, so you can still see what we have. But it is getting harder to ship. So if you're in a hot region, we do have options for you, but we definitely don't want to damage that wine in transit. So that being said, I guess this will end our tasting, but I do hope you guys are being safe and healthy at home, and we are here at the winery. We are open from 10 to 4 by reservation. Our tables out here in the Rose Garden are nice and clean. They've been sanitized each and every time someone's here. People are wearing their masks. Thank you. Hope everyone enjoys their weekend, and with that being said, cheers.